Well, welcome back to irishracing.com, and as promised, we're going to go over our team's tips of the week. So we've got our naps, our value angles, and long shots with Stephen Harris and Ed Quigley. Stephen, kick us off with your long shot of the weekend, please.
Yeah, my long shot runs in the 440 at Ascot, the Balmoral handicap, and it's Astro King of Sir Michael Stouts. Now, this one, on the face of it, has been a bit disappointing. He's eased a pound or two down the weights in just 3 runs this season, but you can forget Ponty last time, parked wide, faded out of things, not his track. He's run twice at Ascot on the straight mile in his career, both in the Royal Hunt Cup, and he's run absolutely screamers to finish 2nd and 4th in huge field. This is his absolute optimum conditions. If it stays good to soft, he doesn't want any rain really, or not for the ground to worsen appreciably. Ryan Moore's booked. The visor goes on first time. He's well handicapped on the best of his form, and these sort of big field cavalry charges up the straight mile, exactly what he needs. I think he'll go really close with any luck in running.
And that's it. I mean, how important do you think that jockey booking is for Astro King here?
Well, I think more. I'm hoping Moore's going to have a really good day because, funnily enough, he's on a couple of horses I fancy quite strongly. So, yeah, I mean, he's top class jockey. He knows Astro King well. He's been on before. As I say, you're getting a big price, 16-1, because on the face of it, he ran badly at Ponty last time out, but things went wrong that day. He was well away from the stand, the favoured rail, raced freely out wide and weakened. I think it's just a line through run. He has missed a couple of runs lately because of soft ground, but hopefully it won't be too testing at Ascot.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed, we'll move over to you as well for your long shot, please.
Yeah, I'm with Perfect Power in the Champion Sprint, a horse who's unbeaten at Ascot, won the Commonwealth Cup at Royal Ascot in the summer, handles cutting the ground and looks a massive price. Essentially for a multiple Group 1 winner, you're getting a double figure price for the fact he bombed out in the Prix de Geese last time out, but that was from a really wide draw. If you look back and see that race, the low numbers dominated. Highfield Princess, who goes off to the Breeders' Cup, was drawn in 4 or 5. The runner-up from Owen Burrows was drawn in a similar kind of berth. So I think all in all, it wasn't all that bad a run. This is Perfect Power's happy hunting ground. Back at Ascot, bit of juice in the ground, double figure price. Tom Marquand comes in for the ride. I think there's a lot more positives than negatives about 11-1 poke with Perfect Power.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in our Champions Day preview as well. You went into depth on that reasoning. So, yeah, thanks for that. We'll move on to Stephen's value angle of the weekend.
Yeah, my value angle runs in the 320, and I'm going to back the Revenant each way. I think it's a really good shape to play in. The horse has got a fantastic record in this race. He ran a blinder against Baid, a horse we may have heard of last year, and he paid the price for trying to beat Baid, just weakening out things in the final 100 yards. Ryan Moore's booked for the first time. I think that's a big upgrade. And I think the Revenant, who actually would appreciate a bit of cut in the ground, but good to soft, should be ideal. I think he's bomb-proof each way, and I think he'll give the favourite a race.
So also here, I mean, look at it, as it is the value angle. I mean, what kind of price would you have him at personally?
Well, I think that the value, I mean, he's around about 6-1 chance. You shouldn't have any trouble getting that on Saturday. I think the actual value is you're getting odds against a place, because I think he's almost certain to give his running. And I think there's probably 4 realistic contenders for the frame. So 5-4 a place is more than fair. And I think you could hit the jackpot and he could win.
Lovely stuff. Well explained. Move on to Ed's value angle, please.
We're switching codes. Come on, more after the jumps. Less of this flat talk. Yeah, Mel, we were down at Jamie Snowden's during the week, and a horse I've always been quite a big fan of is That's All Right Gino, who's got some pretty smart form to his name over hurdles. You start going back through it. He won at Cheltenham's December meeting last year when he absolutely flew up the Cheltenham Hill to get up on the line and win. Now, it didn't quite work out for him afterwards. He was pulled up on a couple of occasions, but on very deep ground. One of those in the Grade 1 Tolworth hurdle. And then it went up to Calso for an event up there at 50 grand race and was pulled up on very deep ground. Kind of showed the fires burn when running a pretty good race in 4th. At Cheltenham's, running well for a long way at Cheltenham's April meeting, but just clearly didn't stay 2.5 miles on that occasion. So, look, all in all, goes chasing here, but I think back at the minimum trip, with the key being the ground. The ground at Newton Abbot is forecast to be good. There's no appreciable rain on the horizon, and Boulder County score well. I just think his tissue price is the kind of 6-1, 13-2 outsider of the 4. I just wonder if he can translate that Cheltenham hurdle form run to fence his first time out He could just be a little bit overlooked in this race. So yeah, That's All Right Gino on Chase debut in a novice handicap chase at Newton Abbot will be my value pick in the, where is it? It's in the 4:35.
And Ed, as you allude to as well, the Jamie Snowden Stable Tour coming very soon to irishracing.com. So hopefully you're the lucky charm for That's All Right Gino. Now we're going to move on to our naps as well. So Stephen, take us through your nap of the weekend, please.
Yeah, my nap of the weekend runs in the 2 o'clock at Ascot. Creative Force, who won this race last year. He ticks every box. He's fresh. He's only had 3 runs this season. I thought he ran an absolute screamer at the Royal Meeting. We're finishing second behind his stablemate, probably on the wrong part of the track. And last time out in the July Cup, he was just poorly positioned early, but still ran really well. So I think everything's in place. He's got ideal conditions, a good draw, just drawn in 13, so towards the higher numbers, which I think where most of the pace is. And I think with any luck in running, Creative Force can come through late under Buick.
Lovely stuff. Well, best of luck to you, Stephen. Thanks for your advice. And Ed, we're going to round off things with your nap of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm away from Ascot again from a nap. I just thought I'm playing Ascot with a few more each way picks throughout the card. So yeah, I'm off to sunny Stratford upon Avon in the Shakespeare country for my nap. And Nicky Henderson trained mare Progressive, who is very much living up to her name. If you see that run at Warwick last time out, crikey! Look, it may not have been the strongest of races. I think she's off 114. Mare's handicap on. They didn't see which way she went. Came 15 lengths hard held. Now, I've made the point of saying it. I don't think it was the strongest of races. Well, the handicap has clearly taken that view because she's only gone up £6 for winning 16 lengths hard held on the bridle. You know, I think 7 Barrows are probably waiting for her to get absolutely clobbered on the back of that. Off 120, yes, she's in a slightly tougher race and she's up in the weights, but she just seems to be absolutely thriving at the moment. And so, yeah, Progressive, I think anything odds against to be a fair bet, and I think she can get the job done there for Nicky Henderson.
Lovely stuff, Ed. Well explained. Best of luck to you as well. So, Stephen, just quickly, just sum up your tips for us, please.
Yeah, well, my 3 are the Creative Forces, the Nap, the Revenant. I'm going to back each way. I think it's a really good each way, but around 6-1. And Astro King, as long as the rain doesn't get in, I think he'll go really close in that final handicap to end the card.
Great stuff. And also, Ed, can you just sum up your tips for us, please?
Yep, Progressive will be my nap at Stratford. She bolted up last time out, that mare, and I think she could go in again. That's All Right Gino will be the value call in the small field novice handicap chase at Newton Abbot. I say that horse's peak hurdle form puts him right in the mix here on Chase debut. So clearly with a good round of jumping, I don't think he will be far away. And then a horse I still keep looking at the market, waiting to think I've read it wrong. Perfect Power, say unbeaten at the track. Multiple Group 1 winner is 11-1 to win the sprint. And I think check your each way concession, see if some bookmakers go into silly season and start giving away extra places and that. I'd be very disappointed if he couldn't make the frame at least.
Lovely stuff. Well, best of luck to you as well once again. And of course, if you do place a bet on any of our experts' tips, please do gamble responsibly. We'll be back very soon with more advice, more previews, more stable tours, plenty more to come from irishracing.com. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and we'll see you again very soon.